upon a time.
To collectors and creators and lovers of pop culture and toys, got together on the internet and they started making noise. So everybody, let's join Jesse Arnold and his buddy Curtis Ackerman, because when indulging in fine geekery, it's always best to bring a friend
Or two.
shooting the shell. Everybody loves shooting the shell. Let's start shooting the shell. You're gonna love it now. Let's start shooting the shell. Just might make you say wow. Let's enjoy some fun conversation. We'll be shooting the shell around the nation. Let's start shooting the shell.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to episode 198 of Shooting the Shelf right here on the Just Shelve channel. I'm Jesse. Over here is my buddy Curtis. Nice shirt, Curtis. I
Thanks.
see we're dressed the same.
Yeah, we're like twins.
Yes.
People can't even tell us apart. We could do this. We could switch, and they wouldn't even know.
Whoa.
Crazy.
How's it going? How was your weekend?
It was pretty excellent. Got that nice little reveal special on Friday. That was pretty fun, and did some painting. Did a lot of painting. Finished this guy.
Ooh, gross.
Yeah. So I dropped this guy. Let me embiggen myself for just a second. I dropped this guy and I broke off his front tusk. And so I just like dremeled in it and gave him like a dry socket.
Ugh.
Yeah. So instead of throwing the sculpt away, I was like, I'm going to make it work. So did that one. And then I love this. This one, this might be my favorite head I've ever painted. But look at that guy.
That's pretty fire.
Yeah. So I had a pretty productive weekend. So I was pretty happy about that.
Nice.
Yeah. Now I'm just finishing slides because you know how you know that Terrence guy, he always waits the last fucking minute to send stuff, you know? Ugh, gotta love him.
That's my most recent paint job.
If he didn't have Gina with him, I swear we wouldn't put up with him. You know?
Yeah.
Look at that. You know, so I'm watching New to Mythics today. I hope it's okay that I promote another show on our show because they were a little
Why would I
iffy on
stop
that.
you now?
Yeah, well, I don't know. They were a little iffy on it this morning. But one of the gentlemen there had some like fur on a barbarian, like around the pauldrons and stuff. And it was a fake mustache that he got like off of Amazon or whatever. So he ordered like a fake mustache and then like wrapped it, and it looked great. It looked amazing. So yeah, little New to Mythic tip out there, folks. If you want some fur for your barbarians, just go get some fake mustaches. So
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a show tonight. We've got a couple of guests backstage. They've been on before, but before we get to that, Curtis,
Yes.
who's out there in chit chat land?
Stretch for 1 second because I've got to pull in the slides. I just finished updating them. Just tell us one fun fact about yourself. And that's it, folks. That's all the fun things about Jesse. Here we go.
With my right hand.
All right. We got Freaks Figures here. Welcome. Freaks was doing some painting this weekend as well. We also found out that Freaks has the word freak tattooed under his eye. So there you go. JMax77 is here. We've got Crom 316. I did not paint anything from Mark this weekend because I don't have anything else to paint from him. So Mark, let that be a lesson to you. If you want me to paint stuff from you, you gotta send me some stuff. MJ is here. We got Brian Carr in the chat. Blake, aka Recon Rage, getting ready for the Pac Northwest meetup 2 weeks away, Jesse. 2 weeks.
Less than at this point.
Yep. Yeah. At this point, they will be wrapping up the Pac Northwest meetup. They will have had their lumberjack breakfast. Will have gone up and down the coast. They have done some toy photography. I think Blake's putting on like a bodybuilding muscle show for them. So yeah. Jesse Marshall is
you're
here.
Saying people could get tickets to the gun show?
Oh, they're gonna get tickets for sure. We got V-Dog here, Jesse.
What you gotta set me up for that, man. That was like cold cock block.
There you go. I am is here. I don't know. Did you watch Off-World on Friday?
Some of it, and then I think I fell asleep.
Gave his brother Trevor the best gift that anybody has ever given anybody. He had it for his money shot. It comes after all the reveal stuff. So I'm not saying watch all the Off-World, but we were talking about Mythic because it was actually a pretty good episode. But I'm telling you, the best toy pickup that we've ever seen on Off-World came Friday night, courtesy of I.M. Williams. He sent it to Trevor. It was amazing. So
very nice. Good
brother. We got you're here, Jesse.
Yes. And right there, folks. If you click on that link, I don't know if you can, you'll go to the Kickstarter for the Tide Realm Corsairs that we're talking about tonight. They have a week left on their Kickstarter. So we'll get into that here in just a few minutes.
Very cool. We got William Husted here. We've got Dub 3 in the house. Dave Orkin is here as well. We got T Whistler. Stacy Lynn is here. I painted with her for like 5 seconds on Saturday until she abandoned me. And then Legion's Ladies Mod Squad had nothing but dudes painting. It was a total sausage fest. So
typical.
Yeah. And then Mike Casper then went like completely off the rails on female figures. It was, and Motu. They're probably going to take it down from their channel if I had to guess.
Wasn't he doing that on Wednesday night too?
Yeah, he just hasn't stopped. He's been on one week long rant. Ty is here. We've got Gina here as well. We're going to see her in a bit.
Fucking Mike.
It's true. We got Omar Muniz here. Omar and the boys over on Legion's Kings. Once again, hope I can promote another show on our show.
They're on like every time I open YouTube, they're live.
So they decided, Jay had the idea that they were going to go live every day this week. And then I think he only made like 3 of the 5 shows. But yes, they were on Monday through Friday. And then, Schmerber obviously had the double jointed yesterday, and then new to Mythics today. So Greg's been on every day of the week. But Omar has been with him Monday through Friday. And then Jay was on like 3 of the days. But nice. They do a pretty good show there. I really enjoy a lot of their movie talk. They have some hot takes, but yeah. We got Brian Lynn of Carver Customs here. Says 41 days until the inaugural Carver Con. Shirts close this Sunday. So get in your shirts now because they're closing on Sunday. You won't be able to wear them. Darla Ackerman's here. I know her. She's right there. We've got Mysticy is here in the chat. We have Junkie and Crafts and Builds. Wholesome Warlock all the way from Ishkan is here. As well as Tanya McCoy coming in from Ishkan. Tanya, before you watch Mod Squad from Saturday, I just want to say I'm sorry. I know you put Mod Squad in my capable hands. I didn't know that it was going to go off the rails as bad as it did. So I'm sorry.
Did it get ergonomic?
It was not. Ergonomic was nothing with what had happened there. It was chaos. We got Tunamator here. We've got Guaisague Echevarria. We also have Eduardo De Jesus in the chat. Thomas Belay. We got Chris Sartori. Brendan Higgins is here. Brendan, good luck with everything. Hope everything goes well. Love you. We've got Rob Zamora here as well. Kevin McCoy is here. James Studio Sasamudio. We have Sean McLaughlin, Ryan Caldwell, scrolling, Jeremy Govier. We got Michael Morales. We already talked to him. We got Ruben Medina is here, and Jen, aka Lucky Sprinkles. Toy photo guy may have something coming up for him. Shelf selections. Paul Morales. We got Stacy Marshall here. Stacy Lynn says, "Sorry, my friend stopped over unexpectedly. She want to help me with the price." Well, I'm just telling you, I lost control, so I'm going to blame you, Stacy. And then we got Kevin Maboots here with a hello, as well as Michael the Vandal, who made his YouTube appearance in the community on New to Mythics today. No camera though, so you just get his sexy voice, but no, you don't get to see him. So yeah. And that is everybody that's in the chat, Jesse.
Cool.
For episode 198.
198.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Well, hey, got some guests, and like you always point out, the song does say bring a friend or two. So we brought a friend and two more tonight.
Yeah, he brought or two.
So folks, put your well, I mean, I sent them the link, so I mean, I
gotcha.
Also brought them.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's kind of like this guy started a Kickstarter, and then all of a sudden these other two are like, "Hey, by the way, we're living at your house now, and everywhere you go, we're going. If you wake up in the middle of the night to pee, we're already going to be in the bathroom waiting for you." So it
seems to be smiling back there with some big thumbs up. So folks, I mean, he seems to be okay with it. So
there you go.
Sometimes this is good. Sometimes it's not.
There you go.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't.
All right. Well, let's see what we got. Bring them up.
Folks, put your digital hands together for the one and only Quaid from Tide Course Realm. I don't know words. This guy.
Wait, before we bring anybody else up, Jesse, Quaid, blink twice if they're holding you hostage. Okay. All right. That's what I thought.
Like 87 blinks.
that's super extra holding him hostage. So.
Did I win the thing on my wife is going to kill me this morning?
You did.
Did I?
You did.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I had to get ready to go to D&D, so I didn't get to see the end of the show.
Yeah. You apparently won, and he said you like tripled your money or something. I don't know. So.
Did Pasco, did collect 200.
I'm going to Disneyland with that. By Disneyland, I mean I'm gonna get gas in my car.
All right.
In like 6 years, whenever that comes in.
Yeah, that sounds.
Quaid, good. Welcome back.
Thank you.
We're a week away. We've got a couple people to add to the show shelf.
Sure.
Man, so shellfish.
Shellfish.
2 puns in one.
That was good.
Are you trying to get some crustacean jokes in here?
I'm a little crabby for that today. I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm going to go right for.
Oh, it's a very funny episode. Jesse's going to be donkey laughing by the end of this.
Oh, my gosh. Right. Well, let's scale it back a little bit and bring on our next guests. Really? No laughing at the scale it back, Curtis?
I didn't even catch that part. Sorry.
Maybe he just doesn't think you're
funny. Flew past you like a mantis shrimp punch. Folks, put your digital hands together for Terrence and Gina, who are stopped somewhere in the gross, muggy South on the side of the road.
That's nice. Stop.
Hello,
Trina. Oh, AKA Tina. Good grief! Even with glasses,
that's us. Team
when
Tina.
You combine them, when you Terrence and Gina, it's Tina. Yeah.
Which one's Tina?
It's like Dang Studios is Dusty and Ange, and you squeeze it together.
So should that just be Dange Studios?
I mean, you should pronounce it Dange.
Oh,
yes.
I'm going to call it Dange Studios from now on. Mike saying, Jesse, it's okay. Your tongue gets in front of your eye teeth, and you can't see what you're.
Okay,
there you
that's
go.
The new sickest burn I've ever heard. He doesn't
I
know.
did want to mention that we did not coordinate wearing these shirts, other than the fact that the rest of us came on wearing these shirts, and then we had to guilt Quaid into going to get his. So
Wade was lucky
I'm
he
just
was
glad
best
it's
of
pointed
all.
the right direction.
there you go. Well, folks, we are definitely have a Kickstarter to talk about, but
Oh,
He said,
was
"But," and
staring
then
at
he
me
just
weird.
stopped.
Yep.
I thought it was us.
I thought this was part of the show.
that was me. I don't lock up often, but yeah.
When I do, it's to make it weird.
I'm just saying, when you're streaming from a rest stop, you kind of think it has to be you that's frozen. You know what I mean?
No, that was definitely me. When you see all the things spin, you know it's you.
I just
So, right at the start of the show, we do a thing called shelf selections, where Jesse and I stop fake locking up. Jesse found some things on Instagram that inspired us, so we're gonna pull those up and take a look now. Starting with one of mine, and this is Gregorius Uhartorio. I don't know. I messed it up last week. I'm messing it up this week. But another cool shot with Mess Toy Spider-Man, as well as this CT Toy Daredevil. Both are amazing figures. I have both of these. I love them both. And this shot is just really, really cool. So just really nice. You got the little cityscape in the background and the light and stuff. Like, I really just enjoy the way that this is posed and put together. So
the framing is excellent.
yeah. Jesse, thoughts on this one?
It's really cool. I like seeing these two costumes together. Those figures are posed fantastically. I love the contrast in the blue and the yellow lights from the city and the interior of the clock tower or whatever that is. It is super, super cool. Also, real quick shout out to Dave Workin, aka Faceless Screen Printing, for the shirts.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I don't know if he has any
Very
more or how
comfortable.
those came about, but I know Michael Evandel was asking for one, so
Reach out to
there,
us,
thank you.
Michael. Send us a message.
And,
There you go.
and we'll be working on a new project with Dave real soon, by the way. So I'm just putting that out there.
Nice. Quaid, any other thoughts on this one?
I don't have anything good to say about people more talented than me. No.
right.
I love the blue and the yellow. I love the natural lighting that you can see behind the background, and with the cityscape, that's probably my favorite part, is when you can get that nice color contrast between two darkly colored figures. That's one of my favorite ways to
would you be happier if they were on a boat?
Well, I wish I was on a boat right now.
There you go. Terrence and Gina, thoughts on this one?
I like the fog effect at the very bottom and how the light really catches that fog.
Yeah, I mean, to me, this brings me back to a lot of memories of like Web of Spider-Man, like in the late 80s and stuff like that. It looks like a Mike Zeck type cover almost. I really enjoy the coloration, the pattern of it. Yeah.
Very cool. Next one is one of Jesse's.
Wow.
So we might have a couple things from
Yep.
Day in the morning.
Toe photo guy.
Tor Ferner.
He takes a lot of toe photos. He's big into feet.
So he's your favorite photographer ever.
yeah.
He's your favorite photographer ever.
Yes. Toy photo guy. Two others. This is one of the meta travelers, I believe it said. I did kind of read the description on this one.
Yes.
And I thought it was really cool. I like when pictures are clear, and not that this isn't clear. Oh gosh, this is one of those things where I'm going to try to say something cool, and it's going to sound like I'm insulting it, and I'm not. I like when you have to work to understand, like the background and the color of the figures.
Yep.
The figure is very similar, or at least to my eyes. But I like that, because then it makes me pay attention to the picture and not just I have to look, and it makes me look at the details and slow down a little bit. And I really like that.
No kink shaming here, sir. Yeah, this is awesome. The Meta Traveler line is a lot of fun. I actually just opened up this guy yesterday. They are really cool figures. And this is a great shot. I don't have this figure, but I need to get it because it is very cool looking. and I like this just kind of very stoic presence on top of the rocks. So very neat. Quaid?
It's highly relevant because this is coming from another kick butt Kickstarter. But this is a shot that I think I came across maybe a week ago. I've run into this one and it got my attention immediately because I love the kind of sunset colors behind him. That's very unique for a space genre character. And so I thought it was really interesting to see that put behind this particular silhouette.
Yeah, very cool. Gina and Terrence?
I personally, I have mixed feelings on this photo because I have all the legendary figures. I got my all in, and they haven't taken them out of the box yet. And this figure is, I've been trying to figure out where it fits in my current house. We moved into a new house, and I was actually thinking of parting ways with them because I couldn't find space. But now this photo makes me want to rip the figure out of the box and get it out and open and play with it and stuff like that. So
means he took a good photo.
So the photo's awesome. It's just making me want to play with the figure that I have that I haven't taken out of a box yet. So
that's free advertising.
Would that be the second best thing a photo can do, Curtis? Instead of making you go buy the figure, open the one you already have.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's second best after getting you to spend money. Yeah. Yep. Gina, anything on this one?
I like the light in the background. Like it evokes that, they're calling it the Rise of the Phoenix, and it truly evokes that. So I like it. I think you did a good job.
That's a song.
Oh, well, then he picked the right song.
Yeah.
But I thought it was the name of the photo. I thought he captioned it.
I mean, that's probably what he was thinking. So
right. Yeah.
Very cool.
It doesn't look like Jean Grey at all.
Maybe a little bit. Maybe he's hiding the red hair. Next is one of mine. This was a new Instagram account for me that I came across, which is action_figure_studios. I've been starting to. So here's what you do, folks. When you see cool Instagram accounts, you follow them, right? And then it's going to suggest other Instagram accounts that are like that. So I've been seeing some like gritty Star Wars figures and pictures lately where it's like them and like right in the midst of battle and covered in dirt and just looking super cool. And this was one of those. And I thought this was really well put together. I love the guy that is in focus in the front. And then you've got this stuff going on in the background. And I don't know if that front stormtrooper, if he's got a flamethrower or there's just something lit up. I don't know what's going on. But this is just really cool and exciting. And I like it. So, Quaid?
This one jumps out at me. I love anytime somebody's achieving continual depth of field with multiple figures. And this looks like a movie shot, and it's going to sound weird, but there's nothing better than a dirty stormtrooper. It's just I don't love it when everybody looks pristine. I like it when it looks like it's part of a battle and they have been part of a battle. So this is fun, especially with the contrast to the green forest, some kind of indoor shot. It's great. That's really eye-catching immediately.
Gina and Terrence?
I mean, I can't say it better than Quaid just did.
Yeah. I mean,
he just said all the things I was thinking.
Maybe not in so many fancy words, but
that's too much pontificating in that last review.
Wow. Oh, all right. I'm going to be
looking a new word.
I'm going to be looking up vocabulary words before this is done. All right. Jesse, what do you got?
Well, while you're looking up pontification, I'm going to say I think this is really cool. I think I turned you onto this page with one of my picks.
Oh, okay.
Ago. I think maybe not.
Very cool.
There's another page I had on here not long ago with very realistic stormtroopers.
I know I've seen like 3 or 4 different accounts that have stuff like this, and I'm really digging it.
Yeah.
It makes me want to see a more kind of dark war battle movie of Star Wars, like a real, like in the almost like a Saving Private Ryan type style Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
So
I get behind that.
I would enjoy that. I don't know if I'd want to see it from the side of the stormtroopers because I mean, like they're the bad guys, but like I would
all perspective, Jesse. It's all perspective.
No.
They're just trying to feed their family. Like that was the job that was available. You know,
you don't know what's under that helmet.
Yeah, rebels don't pay well. They're it's not good.
It's not
if you got kids, you're not supporting a family off of a rebel budget. I'm just saying.
I don't have kids. I'm not supporting myself on a regular budget.
All right, go ahead.
It's a fantastic photo. It makes me want to sympathize for the stormtroopers, and I don't like that feeling. So kudos to you on making me feel for the bad guys.
What does stormtroopers do to you, Jesse?
They're the Empire.
They can't
But
hit
they
you.
never
though.
hit anything. So
That's not
they've
true.
never heard anything.
They intentionally let them get away.
Jesse, only Sith steal in absolutes. So
That's not how Uncle Owen and Aunt B feel.
um,
Still waiting for that pre-order.
all right, next is one of Jesse's.
Well, we got that pre-order. It's the Mythic Legions Reinforcement 3. You buy two of those skeletons. There's Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru right there. I mean, I know male and female skeletons have slight differences in some of the bone structure. But anyway, this is Liinun, Liinun, with I think it's pretty much just a head repaint or a custom painted head on the Neve body. And I first of all, I get really mad when I see people painting these 6-inch figure heads that look like human photorealistic. Like it just, my hands are not that steady to do these kind of details, which just makes me appreciate the art even more, even though it makes me mad. Did I freeze?
Nope, not at all.
But I absolutely, I think this head work on this is fantastic. I mean, again, if that joint in the elbow wasn't there, this would almost look like a photograph of a person in a costume.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Gina and Terrence.
So I think that looks like a Jason the Demon Rodriguez head sculpt. And it's beautiful. They did a great job with that. And I think it almost looks like a professional headshot with that gray background. It looks like a professional headshot.
Do we know if it's a full head sculpt
HR.
or if it's just a helmet on a different head?
No, that looks like one of his. That looks like one of his sculpts that I've seen recently. But maybe it's just similar. But it looks like something that he put out pretty recently.
That's a good corporate headshot. I think she works in HR.
I would get in trouble so often at work.
Quaid, thoughts on this one?
So I could go to HR.
I'm honestly right there with Gina. The headshot commentary is pretty accurate, and you don't really see that approach to fantasy figures very often. So it's interesting to bring what can be kind of a flat way of photographing something.
Don't say that Jesse's fantasy is flat. That's not cool.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
okay.
Hey,
She's got what she needs in the right places.
What was that about shaming earlier?
That's not a qualifying standard that needs to be met.
All right.
So the hinges in the elbows.
AKA beggars can't be choosers.
Okay. Just the elbows.
Obviously the Nieve head sculpt is very unique to that character. So I think this is nice to kind of be able to army build this figure out and add a few more legions to your collection using that cool, awesome body, but giving it a new head and painted really excellently. So nice job. Whatever this account's name is, Liinun. There you go. Next is one of mine. This is Toy Immersion with this awesome new Cosmic Legion figure that was available at the Monster Palooza this weekend. This thing looks fantastic. I know some people got an early access to it and got some reviews up. Dork Layer's got a review. Purple Gang's got a review up. I believe Cosmic Jeff, I know he's got one. I think he said there was going to be a review dropping within the next day or two. This photo looks really awesome with this. Like this was quick work for him to get this figure and get this cool shot up this quickly. So looks awesome. Quaid?
This is probably one of the coolest shots I've seen in quite a while, and that's honestly saying something coming from Toy Immersion because they top yourself every single time. That's what I've seen anyway. But this got my attention probably yesterday. And it doesn't, it's kind of hard to go wrong when you're photographing a phenomenal looking figure because it's purple. You just can't go wrong with that. But minimal posing, wonderful framing.
Quaid, you should work some purple figures into your Kickstarter.
There you go.
Oh, we should have thought of that sooner.
Mm. And nice use of like from the Horseman to put in some of the scape back parts in a fully upright figure and make it look like they're new parts. Really really nice work. Terrence and Gina.
I love the photo. I mean, I love almost everything Toy Immersion does. He does just such great work. And I love when he does like the behind the scenes type stuff when you can see how he's done it.
Yeah.
This figure though is driving me nuts because you're at a con and you don't really keep up on everything that's going on around the rest of. There's 3 different big cons going on right now in the country.
Yeah.
And I was shocked because I saw I'm watching stuff, but I can't hear everything. And I saw Jeff, I think maybe on Off-World, showing that he had the figure. And I'm like, oh, cool. They sent it to Cosmic Jeff. That makes sense. And then I'm on the floor at IshCon and Billy or Purple Gang had it. And I'm like, why does everyone have this figure? And then I go on YouTube and like 4 other people have it. And I'm like, where do I get this? And it's only at Monsterpalooza. So I was like, I was on the wrong coast apparently.
Well, you got to set a name for. Here's what you do: you establish yourself in liking one particular thing for a long period of time, and then when that thing comes out, then you get to get attached to it, kind of like pirates. There you go.
I feel a little bit,
but only one guy's doing pirates, so I mean, I guess I'm in the right place,
Gina, thoughts on this one?
I like that they've got like the I don't know if that's like a barrel or a maybe like an air vent thingy in the foreground. Like I love that they created depth in this with the stuff in the foreground, and I love the background that he used. He's added a lot of life to that. I like it. He did a great job.
Very cool. And Jesse.
I think this is really cool. I've said many times before, I don't really like prison stories, so the Volcatar story is not my most thing that I've gotten attached to in Cosmic yet.
The traumatic background for prison, Jess.
Prison just sucks, right? Like who wants to be in prison? But like it's just one of those things. But this all the photos or most of the photos I've seen set in Volcatar settings, which are all just fan made things, or even the official ones are very like claustrophobic, tight, small spaces. So seeing this feels almost like something in the Death Star, like a big area of a Star Destroyer from Star Wars, where you've got like a gangplank across the back there, or whatever, like a walkway, and it just feels like there's height and depth, which is something I never really thought of in that space. So this is just giving me a different perspective. Of course, the figure looks amazing. I love when people can get like mid stride pose, where especially with both feet being posed and not flat, I think is really cool. And the little readout from his the inmate records, like I wonder if the prisoner 0421 has any significance or anything. So
I don't know, it makes me think of back to the stormtroopers. TK421, why aren't you at your post?
Boring conversation anyway.
All right, next is this is one of Jesse's here.
Did you know in the novelization of Star Wars, it's THX 1138?
No, nobody knows that because that's nerd shit. Go ahead.
That's Lucas's short film.
Yes. This is 78 PTS of articulation, also known as 78 points of articulation. I saw this a while ago, and I just really liked seeing the different Quaddles, Snake Men, fighting, in different configurations, some pop and swap on the one with different parts. It was just in the Dio, the setting, like you can almost hear, the sounds going on in this scene, and it was just really cool.
All right, Terrence and Gina.
I mean, I feel like almost anything looks better when you involve Vernala's art and scale. I just think that figure is amazing. But like Jesse said, I think the combination of these figures and that background, I just think like creates this really dynamic scene, of this battle happening.
100% agree.
That's it. Gina's going with he just said everything I was going to say. Quaid.
I hate Snake Shock. I hate him. No, I absolutely love. I have to agree that green snake figure is one of the coolest. legions I own, and it's not like I've got this vast plethora of them anyway. But I love seeing the contrast of these two different factions here, and under that, behind that almost Egyptian-looking background, it looks like a tomb. There's a lot going on in one shot, and those tend to be my favorites when there's a lot to take in.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's a big battle going on here. These are really cool figures. I was not sold on the Ninja when it first came out. I'm just not a reptile snake guy. It's not my thing. But these figures are really well done. So much to the point where on reinforcements this week, I was kind of hoping we were going to get a black Legion Builder version, because that's where I could buy a bunch at a smaller price and do some customizing. But yeah, these look cool. It's a great setup here. 78 Points does an amazing job all the time, and this is no exception for sure. So next is one of my picks. This is Reckless with a K, just a K, just Reckless underscore World 92. Got Cable here just destroying a Sentinel, and it's cool. So nice job. I like the posing. I like the shot. I just think it's pretty neat. So don't see a whole lot of Cable photography. So I thought this was pretty neat. Quaid?
I don't know what Sentinel he's standing on, what piece that is, but I love
that is the base that comes with the Mezco Wolverine. Okay. It actually lights up as well. It's a really cool little piece. Yeah,
I really love the lighting on it. Period, as is, because I assume as is it's not lit up here, and it looks like it's just looking at the piece. I can tell it lights up, even though it isn't, which is pretty darn cool. And then the pose is just excellent. I love the dynamics with that, and of course, you still have the red and blue on each side, which is just tried and true way of photographing. I love that.
We're gonna go to Gina next, so that Terrence can copy off of her.
So I really like the way that the light's coming in from both sides. And that it's like, I don't know. I like the pose. They did a good job. They did a really good job.
So I'm working off the image I'm seeing on the phone here, and I'm just having a tough time with looking at the way the legs are displayed.
Mm-hmm.
So the one leg that looks like it's higher up seems very strange to me. I can't tell if it was like based on a drawing by Rob Liefeld or if it's supposed to be Psylocke, like in a split eagle kind of pose. I'm really trying to figure it out.
You were supposed to say, I agree with what Gina said.
I thought that's what she said, though, no? Isn't that what she said? I always listen to everything she said, and I thought that's what she said. You know?
Jesse?
I think this is a really cool picture, a really cool pose. The figure's pretty sweet. Yeah, I agree with Gina. The lighting on, again, like that earlier picture.
You were supposed to say you agree with me, Jesse.
I hear what you're saying, and I mean, I can totally see Psylocke.
See what you were going for.
But one of the things, and this is not all right, again, I'm not making fun of the picture. I think the picture is amazing, but in my mind, the way the light is hitting on his little time slider or whatever it is on his wrist, his left wrist, it feels like in my mind now, all I can see this as like a watch ad for like Omega watches or something.
I love it.
And I think that would be like a fun play on this image. You got this cool badass pose.
That's the most specific thing to pick out of that photo.
I don't know why. It's just that the way the light's hitting that is just drawing, because then there's like a similar circle on the knife, like right below it. It's just drawing my eyes right to it.
Now that I see that, I will never unsee that. Yes.
And at the end of the commercial, he's like, "Time for killing Sentinels. I've always got time."
Yeah, something like I feel like, because how they would do stuff like that, like when they would do like the Marvel swimsuit issues or different things where they'd have like funny little like wordplay things like those sorts of things, and it just makes me think of that, and it just makes me have fun. And if I was buying X-Men stuff, I would want to get this Cable because of that.
There you go.
Because he has a watch.
I hate watches. So
is one of Jesse's.
This is Doc _ Nevermore, NVRMORE, and Dr. Nevermore. First of all, great song choice. I can hear it already, but I love the mashup of Thrace and Kern Ray here. Like it's got this weird, ominous, like somewhere between the like Dune and He-Man vibes going on here. Like I don't know. yeah, I think it's really cool. And whatever effect they've done to give that head that silver, whether they painted it, it looks like it's like a really chromatic silver, and the way her hair is glowing, I just think it's a really captivating shot.
Terrence and Gina.
So I mean, it's Thrace and I love Thrace, but I absolutely love the way she's almost kind of a little bit blurred out because of how bright her hair is and how white her skin is. And I love that because everything else is perfectly in focus, but she's just slightly out of focus, which I just think it's a very cool effect.
Awesome. Terrence?
What she said.
That's the way we do it. All right, Quaid.
Good job.
Do I say what she said too? Because of
You
Tina?
can. You can.
I really love this because it's the color palette's reminding me of Blade Runner, and there's so many different aesthetics going on that the picture is very evocative, makes you ask what's going on because of those dual melded aesthetics going on.
Jesse, you're spreading.
There you go.
It's catching.
Um,
My legs are closed. What?
So somebody shared this with a group that Jesse and I are in this week, and I gotta say I am a huge Queen fan, but I fucking hate this song. And as soon as this song came on, it got stuck in my head for like 3 days. And now just seeing this picture is gonna probably do the same thing. So fuck you, Jesse. Fuck you, Doc Nevermore. But the picture's good. So yeah, there you go. Next is one of my picks. This is, man, I'm gonna mess this up. Shy Toy Studio. Shy
Guy Toy Studio.
I don't know. Yeah, cool Mandalorian shot with Grogu, and they got a nice behind the scenes, just very realistic looking. I just thought this was a super cool pose and just put together really nicely. It looks like there's like an explosion going off behind him. So love it. Quaid?
Every time you take a photo that makes it look like it's a frame from a film, that's, in my opinion, you've succeeded. Because otherwise, I don't know, there's a cool medium of taking toy photography and emphasizing the toy part of it, but I really like when you can transcend that. And that's exactly what this is doing for me.
And the toy itself, like the reflection coming off of that helmet, is pretty spectacular.
That's the best part.
I don't know if this is vac metal or if it's just such a great paint job. I don't know, but yeah, it looks really cool. Gina and Terrence?
I don't think you got any back medaling on this. I don't think Brian Lynn would allow you to have that. Brian Flynn.
I'll just snap it in half then.
Yeah. But no, it's again, if you would show this to me and not told me it was a toy, I'd probably think it was a frame from the movie that just came out. I wouldn't know the difference. You know what I mean? It looks so good.
Apparently it's the hot toy version of this.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gina?
Oh, I totally agree. It does. It looks like a shot from the movie. But like as I'm zooming in on it on the phone, like you can see like he used like cotton to make that smoke effect, and it's super cool. But you gotta like zoom really in there to see it. But it's a really cool effect. I really like that.
Very cool. And Jesse?
Yeah, if you would have told me this was just like a behind the scenes or like a promotional shot, I would have completely accepted that. This is great. Like it feels like a pose Mando would be in, which shout out to the studio or whoever made it happen that the two stunt performers and actors got like almost top billing for Mando. I think that's really cool.
Oh, that's good.
That was awesome.
I think it was they were like the third and fourth names, I believe, in the credits, but right after Pedro and I think Sigourney Weaver might have been the second, or
they should be.
Jeremy
doing
Allen
the work.
White, whatever. But anyway, besides that, the chroming, the crow, cuckoo cachoo. The colors are amazing. The reflection on the metal is awesome. This is such a cool shot. I really like it.
Absolutely. Next one is one of Jesse's.
This is Nilla Gorilla _13. I don't know who Peter Fox is, but if this is the Going the Distance from Cake, I think that's very appropriate. I don't know which Chun-Li this is. I don't think it's the Jada Toys one. But I just think it's awesome. It's just this cool, really muted color shot, like her just working in the gym, and just the ridiculousness of the weight bars, bending as she's trying to pick it up is just crazy.
Gina and Terrence?
Fun with their toys.
So one of my favorite things when I see a photo is when you can see light coming through a window, when it looks like real light. So that natural light, I love that. That's one of my favorite things.
Quaid, tell us what that's called.
Light coming through a window?
Yes.
Yeah, when it's
Depends
that
on the
natural light.
context. Sometimes it's photosynthesis.
I don't think that's photosynthesis.
No. Like,
Isn't that how plants
Chlorophyll,
digest?
more like borophyll. She's trying to make out with me. This guy.
I just thought you were going to give us a new vocabulary word. Okay.
well, it was a big
I've got
word.
shortchanged.
It was the wrong word.
Fucking nerd. Anyway.
Go ahead, Terrence.
No, I mean, obviously, I think it's a great photo. I think, again, like I love that dumb bar, dumbbell. I'm a dumbbell. Anyway, I love that dumbbell because it makes it look like she's really lifting something of actual weight, and like the strain there looks real. I mean, I just think it's a great shot, and of course we all know that Chun-Li never misses leg day, so
There you go. Quaid.
I'm off the drugs. It's okay. No, I like the.
Would you know the difference?
No, I wouldn't. It's too late. The pairing between the naturalistic lighting and the very natural posing, just based on just looking at it. Obviously, I can tell it's a figure, but the posing is so natural that's moving like a human being, and I'm sure that's a testament to the sculpt. But I like that it's not broken by the environment that it's in.
Yeah, I think that this barbell comes from the Marvel Legend Strongman, I believe. And this is a great use of it. I think that's what this is. And it just looks really cool. I mean, obviously we got the new movie coming out, which looks like a lot of fun. And this looks like it could be a scene from that movie where she's, kind of working out in a warehouse, getting ready for the tournament. Very, very cool shot. I like this a lot. Next is one of my pictures. This is from Toe Photo Guy. And just a really cool shot of the Anton dwarf. I love this build. Like this, just the mix of the metal and leathers in this, the new axe, like this. Yeah, this is just really cool. I love the angle that he's got this kind of, shot from down low and it's coming up at it. So even though he's a dwarf, he looks imposing and tall. And then the background and stuff is cool as well. So yeah, just really, really nice job here. Quaid?
I was about to say the same thing. As a resident short guy, it's very difficult to make us look cool, and this is making a short guy look epic. I love the light that you can see on the flames in the background. Again, the contrast of red and blue. I love that you can see the reflection of the flames on his clothes on one side, and then it looks cool on the other side. The smoke coming off of the horns. It's just a really cool looking figure to begin with, but it's put in a really, really appropriate setting with a really, really cool angle on it.
Gina and Terrence?
What he said.
Yeah, I was say Quaid took the words right out of my brain.
Oh, all right.
It's all the photosynthesis.
It's all the
Jesse?
photosynthesis.
Mind police is a crime, Jim. This is epic. I really dig. Would you, Curtis, with all the leather, would you consider this a legend daddy?
I would definitely say that Anton of the Exiles Under the Mountain is for sure a legend daddy. Yeah.
No,
Agreed.
it's great. It is a really cool combination of parts. I agree with everything you guys are saying, and I really like that. I'm forgetting the name of the engraving, like the Trinity. I know it gets used for the Trinity a lot, but I can't remember what the Celtic name for it is. But I think that little like tri-corner thing up at the top is really cool.
It's the Trinity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
Is it
cool.
Clada?
No, it's not Clado. It's a Trinity.
Oh, okay, Trinity. Yeah. It's
Next is one from Jesse.
This is TMNT _1987 _. I know it's Raphael because you can kind of see the sai in his hand. I don't care which turtle it is. I think this is a freaking awesome, epic pose. The way the shadows are hitting this figure in the lights, it almost feels like not cell shading, but almost like the comic sketch lines have been put on it, just because how strong those shadows are and like the muscles and the ridges of his shell and everything. And just how washed out the sunlight is. This again, Gina, I think this goes with what you were saying about the other one. That natural light coming in just feels so real, and just like the way that foot soldier is posed with that plastic headband piece in the back, the way it's pushed up, it looks like he's literally getting kicked in the face and like reacting to it. I think it's really cool.
See, I get something completely different from this one. When I see it, it almost looks like, I imagine there's like a helicopter with like a big old spotlight hitting them on the ground while they're fighting. Like that's what I got from it. But it's a super cool picture.
That sounded like Jesse just got actually. Anyway.
Yeah.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
That's fine. Actually me all you want.
There you go.
Sorry, Jesse.
It's fine. I totally see that. I think that's a great take.
Quaid.
Actually, it's just a street and I don't know where Gina's coming from. No, I just love the fact that the foot soldier looks completely caught off guard. Like he doesn't look like he saw that foot coming at all, and he is a foot, so that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah. Hold on. Actually, what happened here was this turtle was in the middle of fighting the Foot Clan when all of a sudden Krang and his alien ship just beamed him up, and you can see he's being pulled up to the alien ship right now, right out of the fight. And yeah, that's pretty cool. That's how you get rid of turtles, folks. You beam them up to your ship. So great job, TMNT 1987. There you go. Next is one of my picks. Now, this is not a toy photographer. This is not somebody that does a whole lot of toy photography. This is, I'm going to butcher the name, Jess Martiche. And she does a lot of like outdoor photography, people photography, things like that. But her son was graduating, and so she set up this shot, obviously grew up loving Toy Story, and she set up this shot, and you can see like there's a reel with it, and she's breaking up and bawling as she's like setting up and taking this photo. And I just thought this was just a really cool way to kind of do this, to kind of, growing up, your kids growing up and moving out of the house and doing all this kind of stuff is part of life. But it's hard. It's I joke around a lot about kicking all my kids out of the house, but seeing them move on and become their own people and do their own things is not easy. And I thought this was just really, really cool, and I wanted to capture that here. So
no, it's a super sweet photo.
Yeah. Quaid?
Well, honestly, on a personal note, this is kind of capturing a lot of what my actual graduation photos look like. I was a little existential when I hit 18 and just didn't really relate to it. Mom was like, what do you want to do that's unique? I was like, well, I haven't outgrown the toys yet, as people can tell. I'm here. And I was like, well, I would honestly like graduation photos to have some of the things that were special to me. So I picked out several things. I think the number of the year I graduated was actually spelled out in Lego. Like we went to lengths to make it look nostalgic and not so adult. And that's certainly what it looked like. That's emotional for me because it reminds me of exactly what I did. And this, of course, one of my favorite films ever, Toy Story 3, is a love of mine.
Very cool.
I really thought Quaid was going to say that it reminded him of his graduation because he was waving goodbye to a graduate that was much larger than him.
Any other thoughts on this, Terrence and Gina?
No, it's very sweet.
And Jesse?
I know Quaid might hate me after this. I cannot stand the Toy Story movies, but this is
we're
freaking
done.
adorable.
Boot him.
And even though I don't like those movies, this tugs at my heartstrings because like I get it. Like I mean, I
Oh,
don't
he
have
can
kids
still be saved.
myself, but like
He can still be saved.
I just those movies just something about the animation doesn't work for me.
What a weirdo.
But
I tell you what, if you look at the reel of her trying to get this photo and trying to make it through taking this shot without just bawling her eyes out, you're gonna cry. So
no. Again, I'm not making fun of this or putting anyone else down who loves it. I know those movies are huge for a lot of people. It just hit me at the wrong time, and I've never been able to accept it. But like I know how my mom was with photos and stuff and graduation, so like I can feel the emotion. And like I said, it's very sweet, it's very heartfelt, and the fact that the kid graduate, posed for this, I think is really, because a lot of times especially guys, you get graduate in high school, cool, but I think
not only that, but like after the shot, like he comes back to give her a hug because he sees that she's struggling with it. So
yeah,
it's fucking adorable. So
and I know that's part of the story of the movies, as he grows up, and moving away from the choice. So it's like I can totally see and appreciate the weight and emotional depth of this set of photos.
very cool. Next one's one of Jesse's.
Surprise, surprise. We've got some arcane hot toys here from PL Toy Box Photography with some K-pop in the score here, or the music track. But I just think this shot's really cool. Again, we've got it seems to be a theme tonight, and I know it's in a lot of other pictures, but tonight it's really obvious the opposing colors on either side of the frame. The blue and the red, I think that's really indicative of the story and the characters between Vi and Jinx, and just the detail on this figure is just super, super cool. Beautiful shot.
Gina and Terrence.
I'm actually trying to figure out which figure is this? It's like, who made this one? Do you know?
This is the hot toy Vi.
Okay. Yeah, did somebody just have that on Off-World the other day?
Trevor had it, and he was saying that he actually likes it more than the Jinx. He said it's amazing, with especially like all the fingers articulate and that giant hand and stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, we love the series, and I mean this picture looks incredible. Yeah.
That background's amazing.
I do love that blue and pink in the back. Like, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Quaid.
Yeah, they've outdone themselves with the I mean, the framing's great, but that background is what's selling it.
Yeah, I so want somebody to do like a really like a high-end 6-inch or 7-inch scale figures of these. I can't do hot toys on these, but man, they look amazing. So so great job. And then last one for me, you guys may have seen little videos of this from the Star Wars Day celebration. This little kid walking around with the Tauntaun. It's so fucking cute, like the tail waggles and stuff. And so this was showing how they put this together. So it was all built with pool noodles and like foam, and then they put fur on it. And then the head, you can see like out of pool noodles, and then they did some sculpting and everything, and it came out fantastic. If you haven't seen this, just Google like kid Tauntaun costume or something, and you'll see it, and it is fucking adorable. And it, like, she was walking around the con with this, with the tail wagging the whole time. It was really, really cool. So Quaid.
Toddlers, I thought they smelled bad on the outside. No, it's adorable. That's one of that reminds me of some of the, I think they were probably made out of cardboard. One of my favorite things I ever saw was those little kids in Transformer costumes that get down on all fours and they convert into the car.
Yeah.
It just reminds me of that same level of ingenuity, but for a totally different reason. The whole thing's made out of pool noodles. That's amazing.
Gina and Terrence.
That's probably one of the coolest things I've seen. It's super fun.
Yeah. Terrence.
I'm just amazed. I mean, I'm trying to go through. I'm looking at the more finished product and try. I mean, I saw the picture of the face that they constructed at Pool News. I'm trying to deconstruct it in my head, figuring out how they got it to look that good. It's really good. You know,
Jesse.
I think I saw this video earlier in the week, and when you sent it, I think you sent it to me. Then later, I thought that was really cool, and I was really happy you picked it for the selections. But the like, not only is it just a cool idea and like the functionality of it, but like it's dang good. Like,
It's real good. It looks professional.
Like the costume, like it's got like the the stitched pattern on the vest, the light, like everything about the costume, like all aspects of it, the Luke part, the tauntaun, like the face. I don't think I ever noticed the tauntauns had 4 nostrils before. Like I've never studied the figures.
Well, even like the legs, because like her legs are the tauntaun's legs, so the legs on the outside are not her legs, but they look real.
Which is fun because it reminds me of the toy from the 80s
where you go down inside of it,
legs down into it, and their legs were just like like sculpted onto the saddle or whatever. It's adorable. It's awesome.
Yeah, the only thing, like if I had done this for my kid, I would be worried that like walking around all day in a con with this, like it would be like really hot, but apparently it's just lukewarm inside a tauntaun.
Oh my god!
So nothing, Jesse.
I'm done.
Okay, all right.
I'm very proud of that.
All right, Jesse, go ahead.
And not to be outdone by her big sister, Jinx, with from Corona 4. So happy to see just more people getting these figures and seeing different shots. I love that he's got the last drop in the background and everything. And just this kind of like, it looks like she's about to do something chaotic, but it feels like one of those moments of like where she kind of like zoned or like locked in and focused and was just like still for a moment. I like that, like the chaos you usually see around her is still for a moment in this shot. It feels really cool. I love how crisp and clean the lighting and like I don't know what the high edge light, whatever it is, hitting the backside of her hair and her arms and stuff is just really, really cool.
Yeah, you want to make sure you got the right lighting when you're edging. Gene and Terrence.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted by Jesse's wording. Like so many words and edging, backside. Yeah, anyway, great stuff. No, it's another great shot. I mean, Nate always does great work. So amazing.
Yep. I like the background. Again, that blur. I like that contrast of like the blur, but then the super in focused. And like Jesse said, knowing this character and knowing that, there's usually that split second of calm right before the chaos, it invokes that.
Very cool. Quaid?
Yeah, I'm with Gina. That depth of field again between focus and in focus. That's one of my favorite techniques to use, and it's a very intense shot for being a fairly simple pose, which is really cool.
Wait, let me interrupt Curtis. She's not in the tent.
Okay. So I really like this. I know on here we show a lot of like, professional photographers and this and that. I love sometimes when we give the little guys a chance, like some of these up and comers that really haven't done a whole lot. And this guy, I think he's got a future. I think this guy is going to make it. He's putting out some decent stuff right now, and keep it up, guy. Keep it up. I see what you're doing. It's not going unnoticed. I mean, it did by me. Jesse had to pull it up on the screen for me to look at it, but other people I think are noticing it, and just keep it up, man. You're getting there. So there you go. Well, that is going to do it for shelf selections. But Jesse, this week I spent many an hour gathering some data for us, because we're a couple episodes away from 200. And so what I did was I went through every single episode and I scanned the episodes of Shooting the Shelf, not just who was on the title card, but who actually appeared and had a speaking role in an episode of Shooting the Shelf. And I've gathered the numbers, I crunched it, and any guesses out there on who is in the top 10? Here's some names: Jesse, who's a name that you would totally expect to be in the top 10?
I saw the list. I can't.
Oh, never mind. Gina, Terrence, who would you expect to be in the top 10?
David Williams.
Trevor.
David Williams. Okay. Got a Trevor. Quaid, anybody?
If I say your mom, do I get booted?
You could say Jesse's mom because she's actually been on the show.
Okay,
Couple
perfect.
times.
That's what I'm going with then.
She did not crack the top 10 though. Jesse said, listen, mom, we'll have you on, but you're not going to be a regular guest.
Joe Gonzalez.
Here is the top, I'm going to say top 10 because there's 7 people tied with 6 appearances for that number 10 spot. But number 1 in a runaway fashion is Joe Gonzalez, blowing everybody away with 13 appearances, followed by Trevor, Tanya, and Jeremy Gerard at 9 each. Then Sean, who I thought Sean would have been at the top. I thought he would have been 1 or 2. But Sean with 8 appearances, followed by, tied with Pete and with Brian Lynn. Then we've got Nate Strong and David Williams at 7, and then a whole bunch of people at 6, which is Van, Stacy, Ryan Gonzalez, Malcolm Kennedy, John Caulfield, Jeff Evans, Dusty Standiford, and Alexander Deshaw. So that is the top 10 guests from Shooting the Shelf over the last 5 years. Jesse, thoughts on this list?
How is Richard not on there?
Because there was a couple times where Richard didn't make it, like the 2 of the Legions Con ones. Malcolm and John came up to talk, but Richard didn't. And then there was another episode that we did with the Euro Boys that Richard didn't show up. So Malcolm and John have more appearances.
Now, did you continue the list further down with number of appearances or no?
He did all of them.
we got the whole list. I've got
How many appearances have I had?
I will have to pull up that sheet real quick. But Jesse,
I have to have 4.
while I
I think I
look
have to
up
have
the
4.
sheet, thoughts on when you saw this list, what surprised you?
Pete actually surprised me. Now, again, this is, counting the people who walk up during the Legions Con, the last couple of years.
If they had a speaking part, yes.
If they came up and talked on the show, or, when we've had some of the rotating. So like Pete, I knew he'd been on several times. I mean, we've promoted Mesquite Con. But I was surprised he was that high of a number, like to be tied with Sean.
It's pretty much,
Ryan
yeah.
Is pretty crazy.
So
I mean,
before 10, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Is this even the top 10? Because if there's 3 people tied for 9, 3 at 8, 2 at 7, and then 7 at 6, like I don't math very well, but
it's like your movie list, it's more than 10. So before tonight, so I have not added in tonight's numbers, but before tonight, Terrence was at 4 appearances. Gina was at 3. So Gina will now be at 4 and Terrence will be at 5.
So
He
what you're
is,
saying is I need to come hang out with you more.
if you want, absolutely. Absolutely.
and I believe this puts Quaid at 3.
Unfortunately.
I have to look, but I believe that is correct. So, yes, that is correct. No, this puts Quaid at 2.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Put Quaid at 2. So,
What? Only 2?
Yep,
He's a loser.
yep. So,
No,
'cause
we had
Terrence
you on
and-
once before, didn't we?
we did. This is the second.
No, like we had one at the beginning of or right before the Kickstarter, and I thought we
Yep.
had one sometime last year or very early this year.
Mm-mm.
Nope. First one was probably February or March, something like that.
Listen, I didn't just make up numbers, Jesse. Like I went in and looked at this stuff. I
First
added
might
all
as
of
well
this
do the
up. I
homework.
did the work. I'm baby stepping. I'm doing the work.
I'm not
Baby
saying you're
steps.
making stuff.
Yeah.
That's more. Look, I'm not. This is all right. Look, my brain.
Yes, Thomas Boulay, you definitely made the list. What I found interesting with the list was some of the people that had only appeared once that I'm like, man, we got to get them back on the show. There's quite a few on there, like Uncle Bob and Aunt Shelley have only been on once. Let's see, Travis Bowles only been on once. Thomas Rydberg only been on once. That surprised me. So yeah, there's a few on there. Mr. C, you know, there's some people on here that have only been on one time that I like, man, we got to get them back on the show. So, but
Well, there you go. We just got our show list for the rest of the year made up.
there you go. And
I'll defer
Benny
to you.
Torres, we've never had Benny Torres on by himself. He's only been on one time in a group setting. So yeah. So there you go.
Is that the Schmerber Table episode?
That was the Schmerber Table episode. So, so I say all that to tell you guys, episode 200 is coming up. We're going to have some great prizes. We're going to show videos from people. If you have a video that you want us to play, congratulations video. If you want to tell us that we suck, whatever you want to say that works within the YouTube standards and practices, send to us under 2 minutes and we will play on that episode 200. Yeah.
One
Jesse.
caveat, please do not send AI generated videos. Please.
Wow. Why don't you just tell PGG not to make a video?
They can make a video without you.
Or Kevin, you know, I mean, like
They can make a video without that.
Send me whatever you have, people. I will play it. So,
You will
speaking
earn
of
my
speaking of videos,
loathing and hatred. No,
look at this.
This was the most amazing thing at IshCon. It was just amazing.
I thought I was the most amazing thing at IshCon.
I mean,
Gina.
of course you are, babe. Of course you are.
She just made my night.
Wasn't it Jesse? Was it Three Body Problem where they had the thing that like went right down the middle of the boat and like cut it?
Okay, that's a huge spoiler.
That's what I thought of when I saw this. I was like, something just sliced this boat right in fucking half.
Yes, yeah, that was one of the most epic moments in that show, and
Yeah.
most disturbing things I've ever seen in a show.
So yeah, and we've got some photos here that Terrence sent us at the absolute last minute. So tell us what we got going on here.
So Jimmy Haravax made this boat for IshCon, and it was incredible. The detail work on it is crazy. Now, when they had it set up, we saw it as they were putting it together, and then they decided to put plunderlings all over the boat, and it looked great with the plunderlings. But I had to ask permission because I needed to see Captain Deathmoid on this ship.
Mhm.
I had sent some pictures to Quaid of the ship, and I said, you know, I was just showing it to him. I already knew what I was going to do by that point.
Yeah.
And so, you know, Ish always being very accommodating. I walked over to Ish and said, hey, is it possible I can take some photos? He said, absolutely. Went over, I got some photos. I had moved a couple plunderlings for a moment. Some photos I took with the plunderlings in.
I think we've got that. There you go.
Oh,
And but they, you know, and they look great with the plunderlings too. I mean, it's you know, it's an incredible ship. And it was sold to somebody by the end of the con. And I had a great conversation with Jimmy about the ship, and we were talking about his work, and you know, he's so humble. And
I can't imagine how many hours he put into that. That's crazy.
Yeah, and this is on top of work he's recently done for Grindhouse Toys and things like that, you know, and he was, when we were talking about, you know, I'm not getting into numbers, but, you know, when I was talking about how I was putting this ship on the level of some other creators out there, he didn't feel like his work measured up to that. And I'm like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. I mean, this is just such an incredible work of art. You know, the detail in it, you know, so Pete Johnson, Pete's Prints, did a lot of the 3D printed like window work and some of the details, but the actual construction, this was constructed out of foam. It was really something to see in person. So I mean, we had to take the opportunity to get some photos with these incredible figures. You know, of course, the figures, I'm sure we'll talk about it, but you know, painted by Eric Miller and Sherry Cook. I mean, they just look great, you know, and they look great on the ship.
Very cool. And then yeah, we got a couple other, and there's a photo inside. Like the amount of work that went into this is absolutely insane.
It was it was stunning. It was absolutely stunning.
That's one of the coolest dioramas I've ever seen, and that's not just coming from, of course, that's one of the coolest dioramas I've ever seen, but that's insanely impressive, and the honor of having the prototypes on that is immense. That's really, 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 really cool.
Yeah. It begs the question, what is the stretch goal for a playset? Quaid, when are we getting a ship?
That's that 500,000 mark. It's easy.
Gotcha. Okay. That works. Well, speaking of the Kickstarter, I've got the page open over here.
Just scrolling across the bottom of the screen, folks, or you just go to Kickstarter and type in Tide Realm. Well, it was scrolling across the bottom.
It is still.
It is.
Yep.
Oh,
You got it.
I don't know.
Yep.
I can't tell. My computer screen sucks.
Yeah, no, it's still there. So we are currently at 131,591 out of 155 with 7 days to go. What is the latest and greatest? What for people that maybe backed on the first day, or they haven't really, because you hit that lull in the middle and stuff. What is the latest and greatest that people should know about this, that they should either up their pledge or they should jump in on this?
Well, for one, we've got our brand new pre-planned campaign exclusive dropping tomorrow morning. That's at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's something that we engineered quite a while for to make something very special for the finale of the campaign. And he's a really, really, really cool figure. And we put him at the top of the page because so people don't have to go digging for the news throughout the campaign. There's a lot of details to sort through. And so First Mate,
so if they go here tomorrow, they will see it on this page.
It's on the page right now, actually. It will be
okay.
Order tomorrow.
All right.
So you can see him right at the top there.
Wow.
And he's something that we worked very, very hard on because we wanted, just like all the other stretch goals are, we wanted to make sure that the repaints were very purposeful and very unique across the board. And he's something I was so excited to touch on because we were able to take a tie-in to an already popular. I'm so sorry. I've been very sick for the last week, and so my voice is struggling.
Totally
the alternate head sculpts are actually, color corresponded with the deco of a lot of the skeleton villains as is. So you almost have this additional faction that's being born out of him because now you have skeleton sea creature pirates. And he comes with all this different asymmetrical coral and steel. He's really the best of both worlds of a lot of our villain sculpts with a completely unique color scheme. And again, who doesn't like a purple bad guy? He will be available, like I said, tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, and he's immediately, a purple bad guy can get right out the gate and follows closely in front of Gravemore later.
So Quaid, I've got a quick question. I've actually got two quick questions.
Yeah.
In that sword, is there purple in that sword, or is that just my screen?
Yeah, there is.
It's beautiful. I was like, I think there's purple in there, and it's gorgeous. So good job there.
What was that? Sorry.
I said, good job there. It's gorgeous.
It's meant to reflect the same metal that you see on his captain. All the shoulder pads and a lot of the coloration he has, those have this pearlescent purple sheen to it. So we wanted that to reflect in this sword too, because it's just way, way too cool not to feature in a couple different places.
That's awesome. And my second comment is, Curtis, you see them toes?
I'm not looking at toes. No, actually, bone toes are not bad. Like they don't sweat. So I'll
Skeletos.
Yeah, skeletos.
Okay. He likes skeletos.
Yeah, skeletos are okay because they're not sweaty, and so therefore I don't think they stink the same. This is really cool. And how much is this figure?
He is a middle ground between all our price points. So he's actually the only one that costs this much. He is slightly more than a crewmate and then less than a captain. So he's right at that middle ground of $45.
And then you get $45 back in gold. So this is free?
Sure. Yes. Right.
Wow.
Whatever gets people to back.
Dude, that is amazing. So you get this figure and you get reimbursed in gold coins. Folks, why are you not jumping in on this? This is
chocolate.
Amazing deal.
Here.
Oh, they're chocolate coins. Okay, never. No, those are cool too. I like chocolate coins. Yeah, very neat. So, lots of hand options, and then that coral on the gun too.
Yeah, we
Yep.
wanted to include. I mean, he really does. He's the perfect middle ground between a crew builder and a captain, because one of the only things that he doesn't feature is the coat. But then he has a very, very close loadout to a captain as is. There's a couple other things that are not featured on that are on this guy, but he's a very, very full package for just an even more equalizing price point, which is why we're excited to put him at the end of the campaign.
Very cool. And then other call out. Well, I mean, I know we had you on before, but other things that have kind of happened recently within this. I know you had another drop with kind of a tribute figure, right?
Yeah, so once we unlocked some of the coolest things that are really finalizing the whole Tide Realm experience at 60K, we unlocked our first thing, which is the captain's kit, which is shortly below what you're scrolling through here. And that opened up the whole window to having, the coats were already removable on all three captains, but then you had a matching set of shirt sleeves that are included that match included in that kit anyway, that match the same undergarments that are on the shirt of the existing sculpt as well. There it is, as alternate head sculpts that broaden the whole horizon for the crew builders in the first place. And all the head sculpts featured in the captain's kit are of course unique to that, so you can almost dress your captains up or down as a first mate in their own right as is, which we were really, really excited to be able to provide to people. And that's at a $25 price point, so really, really easy grab to just immediately upgrade all three of your main captains.
So the $25 gets you all three sets?
Yeah, that's the whole inclusion. Get all three heads, all three sets arms.
Wow, that's crazy value. That's awesome.
And these little photos here, they just show that in action, so you can see Alistair without his coat with the alternate arms, and without his coat with the alternate arms and the alternate head.
Sweet. Yeah, that looks pretty cool.
That's really cool.
All three of them, it completely changes their look. We were so happy with how that came out, Charybdis especially.
So it's practically another crew builder in a way.
Mm-hmm. The crew builders, though, I'm still so doggone proud of them because they couldn't be more, despite all sharing very, very similar tooling and unique heads and weapons and stuff. They're all extremely unique in their paint scheme. I'm excited for people to handle these because the articulation layout is super smooth as well. And the alternate heads just open up the minute you have one or more. You have really, really full ranks out the gate. And I love that we were able to offer that tricorn in multiple places as well. So you have quite a few different options for silhouettes when it comes to these characters. This pirate crew builder specifically has actually proven to be the most popular.
Oh, wow.
Of the crew builders anyway, which is interesting because folks just love these skeleton guys in any form. And he's particularly cool because he features some slightly different colors than Deathmoid does. Deathmoid, of course, is very gothic and black, and this guy has some deep navies and charcoals and that bright red vest. And then that secondary head that comes with him.
Have you found that all the skeleton builders are being bought by one gentleman in the Michigan area?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
We're still waiting for that. That alternate head with the Parish crew builder has an articulated jaw as well.
Nice.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
I just love the Tideboard one a lot. I love his colors and the fact that we were able to introduce all those sea creature pieces in orange. I was just so thrilled with them.
Yeah, I think the Tideborn is my favorite looking characters.
Oh, there's Brianjaw again. He's a little bit attention seeking right now.
That's totally fine. And see some of the different options on him. That's cool.
I'm so excited for people to use him for that. I mean, he's essentially so within the universe, he's actually a shapeshifter, the storm hexed within the factions. They're pirates with some magical abilities, which is unique to them. So there's some different things going on with that guy than just some of the other factions.
Gotcha. And this one, so this is 155.
Yep, that unlocks at funding, and he's one that again, it's like picking your favorite child. But I really, really, really love the color palette on this one. I'm really, really excited to get to work on production of him, because the paint scheme is going to be extremely fun to work out in practicality. We've had numerous conversations about that. And he's our only deluxe figure offering, so he comes with this vast amount of stuff to dress him up and down, as he has kind of a similar idea as Brian Jaw, honestly, because you're able to create both that sea creature and the skeleton aesthetic, but in this completely different Dreadtide setting.
Very cool.
I like that rib cage piece that like slides over the torso. I think that's a really cool look.
We're excited about that, and that's from Deathmoid as well. And then these unlock right at the same time. There's 2 different gear packs that include universal peg leg, universal fit, hook hand. Those will go on any figure within the line. And then we actually received that request numerous times for there to be even more options for cutlasses and pistols, because it's kind of hard to get a hold of those at this particular scale right now within the toy genre. And so these I really love the black cursed cutlasses. Actually, I'm really excited to get those done.
Very cool.
And this just shows how that works out on a lot of the figures included in the wave.
That's right. I like the breakdown of showing, if you get these 3 figures, you can do this build. Like I like yeah, that's pretty cool.
And that's the pirate gear, so that has all the alternate kind of essentially good faction colorways, even though they're pirates, I'm afraid it's not very black and white, but it does include some deep sea flintlocks. So you got stuff for the Tideborn, because this set actually was very complimentary to the Tideborn, despite their villainous nature. And so that was really cool that we could fill both needs in 2 packs and give people just that many more cutlasses specifically.
So is that like evil, but with certain guidelines, like certain, gotcha. Okay. Like there's lines that they won't cross. Yeah, okay. Gotcha.
It's more like guidelines than actual rules.
There you go. Very cool. Mystery unlock at 165. Any clues to the mystery?
I keep forgetting it's not my mouse moving around. I keep trying to look at stuff. And I'm like, it's not me.
It's something that not only is included in the all-in, which I think we've somewhere in there is specified, but it's something that is going to immediately add value. And I'm really, really excited for that to open.
I mean, looking at the cool thing they dropped today, you're going to want it.
For sure. For sure. I don't know how you
whatever it is, we're going to want it.
So tell me about this guy.
You said it's included in the all-in if you hit that goal.
What was that, Jesse? Sorry.
That previous one you said is included in the all-in if the funding goal hits that mark.
Yeah, there's only a few that aren't the campaign exclusive figures. We made sure that because we didn't want people locked into a toy that wasn't revealed immediately and then they can't get out of it if they decided that they didn't want it for some reason. So we wanted to make sure we timed that correctly. But when it comes to the mystery unlock, we're very, very confident those all-in backers would have wanted that to begin with. This guy applies to the same logic. He's just a really, 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 really cool, obvious homage that we went into to apply a really unique paint scheme to a sculpt that honestly provided some challenges to get that onto, because the character we're most familiar with wearing these colors has, well, not very much clothes on. And this guy has a lot of clothes on. So it was interesting figuring out how to get all those colors in the right places and get that callback, honorable, but also establishing this guy as a cool, unique villain in his own right. And the longer we worked on him, the more excited I was. He just turned out cooler and cooler. And then once we got his lore in, I mean, he's essentially this spectral acid skeleton. We were like, yeah, no, this is too cool.
Very cool. I kind of want to see a pirate themed Masters movie now.
Yep.
like Masters on the water.
Would you call it Seaman?
You might.
No,
Jesse.
No.
I don't think you
Sorry.
would.
I said that before. I didn't think that out before I said it. I'm sorry.
I kind of secretly love it when Jesse goes a little dirty and he doesn't realize it.
Yeah, this is awesome looking. So I do love like the incorporation of the colors and where you put everything. yeah, it really works. So.
Yeah, we wanted
Now
to
all I
make sure
can
that
hear
it
is the
was.
old theme song in my head. See, man.
Oh my god! We wanted to blend the toy colors and the cartoon colors and make sure that it was complementary to both. But I think it really led to and adhered to the toy colors most, which just the sculpt seemed to wear the best.
So I have to say, this weekend at IshCon, when we were showing the stretch goals off to people in photos, people kept referring to him as, and I just said, no, this is his cousin who's been lost at sea for a lot of years.
Man.
It's not him; it is his long lost cousin.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
There you go.
He's been away. He's been overseas.
Been lost at sea.
Oh, wow.
Kelpor.
That's
Kelpor. Okay,
that is something.
The
So,
Void
yeah.
of the Black Tide is something he's probably the repaint I was most excited to get to work on. And we talked to not only to our awesome production manager, Bill Raleigh, multiple times about how to get this done practically. But then we had some factory samples of a couple other things the factory had worked on. There's nothing quite like this guy, but there was some techniques they showed that made me very confident in our ability to replicate what I'm presenting here. And the main thing that we were achieving was this transparent gradient. So his coat is meant to be that transparent plastic. You can see it getting hotter from the bottom and cooling at the top with that charcoal color. And he was interesting to balance because at first he was all that same molten cracked pattern. And then once we decided to make the hands and the face actually delineate that the skeleton under this form is still black, that really separated that character and made him unique in his own right. 'Cause otherwise he kind of felt like this elemental being, almost suggested there was multiples of him, which you could totally do, but we loved him being this individualized character. And so all those little pieces you see on the side here with that bright orange color, that's meant to be the metal pieces. Those are transparent as well. Those are the hottest things on him. So it was really fun to balance out the colors on this guy.
Very cool. Yeah, this thing's awesome.
I want to see this guy in front of Beathir now, where like he's
Yes!
like Hellboy, like how Hellboy can take fire.
Yep.
Like this guy like taking a full blast of Beathir and just being like,
well, the standing
bro.
title for him in our little Google Docs folder was Pirate Ghost Rider for the longest time.
Nice.
Johnny
Yeah,
C. Blaze.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta stop.
yeah, please. All right, and then what do we got here? 230.
These guys
tell us what
are
we're not seeing.
actually revealed once we hit that mystery unlock. These things will come out from under their chains. You'll be able to see exactly what they are, and these are super interesting, very much so.
So now, Quaid, I don't know if you've actually stated there. Is there a number at some point where these get revealed before? Like, is there like at 185 or 200,000?
That's what I was saying a second ago. That mystery unlock at 165. That's when they are revealed. I think that's somewhere on that photo. Yeah. It's
Okay. I misunderstood that. I apologize.
Did I miss something? The was it Brian Jaw, the new guy you just showed? Which is his captain?
Gravemore up there. Captain Purple up there.
Oh, okay.
This guy?
Gotcha.
Both our purple guys go together.
Okay.
But that's the cool thing about Brian Jaws. Regardless of how the unlocks roll out, we wanted him to be complementary to all the existing unlocks as is. So purple or not, he has that complementary color scheme that kind of lets him blend in with just about everybody. He'd look very cool next to Deathmoid as is.
I can see that.
Gotcha.
For sure.
Maybe he's like a turncoat.
That
He's
would make
shapeshifter.
sense.
I don't think any of the coats turn.
Turn around, Brian Jaw.
That's a misconception.
There
Those
you go.
capes are very flexible. I'm just putting that out there.
Terrence is a stickler for that detail. And all this is just giving you that full rundown, that map of how the campaign structure works.
Gotcha.
Look,
And
Kurt,
then
you get even more chocolate gold coins. If
There you go.
all
All
unlocked.
over the place.
if we don't get a chest full of gold coins in this Kickstarter, I don't know, man.
Curtis is going to revolt.
You're
Yeah.
gonna get peanut butter taffy. I'm just putting that out there.
Just
How
for
do you
the
have pirates and not have a chest full of gold coins? I mean, come on, man. Come on.
Peasants have always been revolting.
Look at these poses.
Name that movie.
Somebody at
wasn't
the
even-
convention today
I
said to
wasn't even
me,
listening to you.
"You should really have some images of them in like articulated poses." And I was like, "We do. It's right here." And
do
while
get
I'm
a lot
showing
of
them, they're like, "Yeah,
suggestions.
but do you have them like rendered?" I'm like, "These are renders." Like,
Yeah. It takes a minute sometimes.
What's this Chris guy working with?
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
kind of like a big tornado with a very, very large smile.
Yeah.
That sounds accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could see
Chaotic,
trying to
unpredictable.
wrangle a tornado does not sound fun.
Mm-mm.
So
Didn't Pecos
Um,
Bill do that?
That's
did
exactly
it, who to what?
Pecos Bill.
that sounds
Well,
like a
that's
tall tale.
Raleigh. Yeah,
Exactly.
Bill Raleigh.
All right. 500,000 stretch goal. Listen, we already got the 500,000 stretch goal. It's a place. It's a total ship. It's a giant ship play set. We already were told that. So
And Jimmy's gonna make all of them.
there you go.
Yeah, every single one of them.
There you go.
Jimmy's
Mine's up.
watching this. He just had a heart attack.
No more ships ever.
Awesome.
We just
So
mentioned this.
Terrence and Gina, you guys have been along the. I know you got to go soon. So just real quickly, you've been along for the ride in this. What out of all the Kickstarters we have in the community and all this stuff going on, what made you go, we really want to help this thing out? Like this thing is awesome and it needs to be made.
Extortion.
Well, for me, you know, the thing is, we went to Legion's Con. We had already heard about we had seen some images of the figures and knew that Quaid was going to be doing this. And then hearing Quaid say that, they were going to go to Legion's Con and that was going to be it. And then they were going to go to Kickstarter.
Mm-hmm.
I go to a lot of conventions. I'm at a lot of shows. I've backed a lot of Kickstarters. I have a pretty good idea of how difficult that process can be. I've been close to the AWOC people for a long time. I've been friends with Adam Drake, who's been involved in multiple Kickstarters. And as a result, I just felt like they needed as much visibility as they could possibly get for this. And as big as Legion's Con is on its own, I don't think one show for any Kickstarter is ever going to be enough to get the attention it needs. And so I reached out to Quaid and I said, "Hey, listen, you don't know who I am. It's cool. I go to a lot of
But you're
shows,
gonna.
but I'd like to help you out." And shortly thereafter we started going back and forth, and I told him the shows I'd be going to, and then I started reaching out to the organizers of the different shows. And I got to say, they are paramount in this as well, because many of them have made it very feasible for us to get there. In some cases, they've given us discounts and I'll give you a good example. In one case, guys like Brett Barton, of Toylanta, basically said, "Hey, we want you to come here. We want you to show the figures this year, and we want you to come back either, the next year or the year after that, and actually have the figures here to sell." We've done it for other people. We want it to happen for you guys too. It's great to have that kind of reception from organizers that are, willing to get you in the door and, really give you, and again, going further with Brett Barton, he put us directly across from Skeletron and Four Horsemen Studios on the floor. We couldn't have had it. It was the equivalent of being in Times Square at Toylanta. You know what I mean? Like, we had a lot of exposure. People coming to those booths definitely got to see our stuff and walk
You
over.
exposed yourself?
I did. I will do
Wow.
anything for this Kickstarter. You know what I mean? I have had to flash my booty multiple times, and people are hooked. You wouldn't the amount of wood that I have dealt with in this Kickstarter, and I'm not just talking about planks. It's crazy. Anyhow, getting back on topic.
How do you stand it, Gina?
So no, it's been like I said, we've gone to a lot of these shows, and the reception that we're seeing is incredible.
Right. And that was, so to go back to your original question of what made us start this, was we had seen them at Legion's Con, and the pictures of the figures are awesome. but seeing them in person is so different.
Mhm.
They are just amazing in person. And we were watching one of the streams where Quaid was saying that Legion's Con was going to be the only one that they were able to get to. And we were sitting on the couch and we looked at each other pretty much like, purple brain, and said, we go to all the cons, we can help, because people need to see these figures in person to realize how amazing they are. And again, no offense to the photography is great, but it's different. You see the life in these figures when you see them in person. They're incredible. They are absolutely incredible. And right before Legion's Con, Quaid, that's why Quaid started laughing when you asked this question, because he knew my answer. Right before Legion's Con, they teased a female figure. And at the table, I said, when do we get the girl? When do we get the girl pirate? And he said, she's wave 2. So we need wave 1 to happen so I can get my girl pirate.
Do it.
There you go.
So
And I'll just say,
please go back to Booty so we can get the girl pirate next time.
the other thing I'll say though too is getting these to conventions has been incredibly important, because not only are we seeing all the attendees to these shows seeing these figures, in some cases for the first time, and them getting excited about it, but because there are other people within the community who do YouTube programs, who do toy news type things, they're seeing them, they're covering them. Robo came to the booth at Toylanta, and he was very excited to sit down and look at it. Guys like Big Dub and JB's Toy Trunk and so many people, have come up to us and seen the figures in person, taken photographs with them, talked about them, and they're getting the word out. And I don't think those things would have happened had they not been exposed at these other events. So, it's just incredibly important. So sometimes, it's what we see a couple days after or a week after. But and just coming out of IshCon, it's a smaller convention size, but the number of people, especially people who you don't normally associate with some of the shows that we go to, you know what I mean? And I think you'll see some of those videos and some of those follow-ups this week. And we've also gotten a lot of feedback from people who haven't made it to these shows, but are just fans of pirates, guys like Mad Hatter Reviews, at this show we had Geek Dad Life that was there, Jonathan Nostalgia. I mean, so there's a lot of people seeing these, and I'm hopeful that they will get the word out in this incredibly important week. And I just also want to say to all the people who have not backed this yet, get on board now. I think when this figure comes out tomorrow, you're going to see a boost.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be a quick escalation onto the stretch goals. And I think that it's going to be a domino effect. At least I hope that's what I'm going to see. But that's what I'm expecting.
I mean, the purple fans, they'll come out in
Absolutely.
numbers.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
And it would be cool if there was a movie coming out this week or something like that might get people excited about that.
There you go.
Yep. And before we bounce, I'm just going to say, you guys, if you haven't backed it yet, go back it. If you have any
I
friends
just said
that like pirates, tell your friends. You didn't tell them to tell their
Sure.
friends.
Oh,
Yeah,
tell your
sure.
friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies.
Well, I just got to say before you guys go, I was kind of iffy. I wasn't, should I get in on this? Should I not? But then I was not able to make it to IshCon. It's a little bit too far of a drive and stuff. But I was talking to people who were there, and they said Terrence walked in with his hands full of semen, and I was like, I'm in. Like, if this guy is that committed,
man.
how can I not? So yeah.
My hands of this weirdness.
So thanks for your efforts, Terrence. Appreciate it.
I'm always
Quaid,
taking one
thank
for
you
the
using
team.
that quote.
Blake's
go.
money shot in space on the sea. Tink tink.
We do have a super chat here, Jesse. You want to hit us with that?
Yes, Carlo 9866
Hi, guys.
from Immortal Collections.
guys.
Thanks for being here, folks.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Backed the Surge of the Perished. They are awesome. Triple exclamation point. $4.99 super chat.
Thank you so
Carlo.
much, Carlo. That means the world.
Carlo was also in the customizing studio today. If you remember from a couple Legions cons ago, he had his like mine cart with the tracks and everything set up. I don't know if you guys remember that. But he is working on those. So he, now it's gotten to the point where FDM printers just keep getting better and better. And so he's been working on the carts and the tracks for those. And, hopefully he's going to have some of those ready for CarverCon, definitely for Legions Con. So be on the lookout for them because they look awesome. But if you want to kind of see, him working on those. He's been working on the last couple of like mod squads and customizing studios, and they look really great. So another awesome creator in the community that is supporting this awesome creation. So Quaid, a little bit more time left. What else would you like to implore on people in this one last week of the campaign?
The next 7 days are I'm so sorry, excuse me. Again, this cold this last week has kicked my butt. The next 7 days are literally, it's now or never. Kickstarter, once again, is an all or nothing campaign. So the amount of research that we have put into making sure the campaign is the best possibly be, one that was really gratifying because we were able to execute that relatively seamlessly. I actually wasn't expecting the massive 3-day surge that we had at the beginning of the month, and so I had to keep all that up manually. But now that we're at the home stretch and that close to all those little stretch goals, not only does that output get a lot easier on me because they're already ready to go, but the sooner you hit that base funding goal, the sooner that algorithm in Kickstarter sends that funded project up in front of more people. So now is the time above all else, because there's not some second secret pre-order window later. Big Bad Toy Store has different policies now when it comes to Kickstarters. They don't come in and fix it for you. It's ready to go once the community that it's built for goes in and finishes the job. And we're that close, 85%, sitting right at the cusp of unlocking several more things. And like Terrence was saying a second ago, that domino effect is pretty easy. We've made sure that once you hit that funding goal, that all those things are very, very quickly within reach, and very, very cool, very, very purposeful. We didn't want repetitive things. We wanted very, very items within this campaign, regardless of shared tooling, and that tooling has stretched really, really far. I'm really glad that we were pushed actually the direction we were to force it to go in certain directions that we hadn't even anticipated originally. The main captains were what we based the whole line around. And once we figured out how to purposely dress them down, change them in extra characters, only took a little bit of extra tooling, it became very manageable. So the brand new reveal / drop tomorrow, we're very, very excited to see people show up for him, because he's such a valuable asset to the wave. And he's something very, very unique to this specifically. So I'm really, really excited to get to work. We're anxious to get into production and start working on this for real, because we've talked to that factory numerous times now, and they're kind of like, you guys ready or what?
Very cool. I know earlier on the customizing studio, we were giving the Goblin fans a little bit of a hard time because they were being kind of whiny bitches this week during the reinforcements reveal that there are no goblins.
The thoughts and expressions of Curtis do not necessarily reflect those
and
shooting the shelf.
What we said was, hey man, Swig's been out there, dude. He's still available. You guys haven't sold that thing out. You speak with your dollars. That's how you tell people what you like.
Yep.
And I say that to say, for all you purple folks out there, that every Kickstarter that comes around, you're going, needs purple, needs purple, needs purple. This thing drops tomorrow. And if you want purple, this is what you need to do. You need tomorrow morning, we need to make sure that this thing completely funds, gets in front of a bunch of people and everything based on this purple figure. Because what that's going to do is that's going to tell the rest of the community, if you got a Kickstarter, you better throw some freaking purple in there. So, but you support things with your dollars. And if you don't, you have no reason to complain. So,
well, and to be very black and white, that is the conversation of a Kickstarter. That is what now or nothing, now or never means. There's not back windows. That's why it's a crowdfunding campaign. If it sets sail, it sets sail. There's no extra way to turn around and reframe. There have been Kickstarters that have come back and restructured the thing and had a different outcome. There is no stone unturned when it comes to budgets and how to orchestrate this. We really have, this is not a pretentious thing. We just really have orchestrated this to the best of our mortal ability, surrounding making sure these toys stay premium, stay at the value that they are, and aren't compromised in a, not only a quality control value, but make sure that time frame is realistic. So there's There's no second way here. This is it. This is how we get these premium pirate toys.
There you go. I'm glad that Terrence left before I bashed the Goblin fans, by the way. But once again, tomorrow morning, pick this figure up if you're a Purple fan. And if you don't, I don't want to hear you say shit during another Kickstarter campaign ever again. So this is it. This is your chance to prove that purple means something. So,
and just in case folks were confused, he's available for this week.
There you go.
The campaign wraps up, so does he.
Jesse, we got a whatever these things are called, super chat out there.
Yes, we have
Love
a
your Mike.
super chat from Junkie and Crafts and Builds, aka Mike. Back the Tide Realm, Hearts Quaid.
Very cool.
So you're saying if you don't back for that exclusive figure tomorrow, you're gonna miss the tide?
If you don't back anything, you miss the whole tide. It doesn't matter what figure you pledge for.
That's true.
Yeah. The tide's moving out. You better catch it.
Time to move in, I'm afraid.
There you go. So Quaid, obviously the last week of a Kickstarter for a creator is pretty freaking chaotic. Probably not the best time to be coming off of a sickness for sure.
No.
But what do you got lined up this week? I'm sure you've got some appearances coming up. What do you have that people are going to be able to see and hear from you on?
Let me see. I've had to double check my schedule a couple times. I think we will be on the 2nd. Let me make sure I get the name correct instead of butchering it off the top of my head. I know tomorrow a pre-recorded between myself and Adventures in Collecting podcast go up. And then let's see here. We will be on the next day, Tuesday, on Toy Anxiety. We'll be on there for a little while. And then I'm trying to remember, that might be the last stream before going into those last 5 days.
Okay. What on the weekend? This ends Sunday, right?
Yep.
And do you have stuff planned for the weekend?
Let's see. Again, I've been so sick. Chances are I'm.
If I send you a link to Purple Gang on Saturday, are you gonna pop in?
Oh well, I'm sure that would be a no-brainer.
Very cool.
I'll have to double check. I'll have to double check the schedule again because I really don't think that was it, but it may have been. And if it is it, then again, our DMs are always open. People want to jump in, and
there you go.
Celebrate for the last week because there's a ton of people we can jump onto.
And I'm sure Terrence is going to be like in everybody's like closet or bathroom.
Or like you said before, in the bathroom in the dark.
Yeah.
Like that.
He's just going to be preaching everywhere. He's going to be walking down the street, handing out flyers. So, Jordan says, yes, we can make it happen next Saturday. Well, there you go. You can pop in next Saturday on Purple Gang. And they can push that purple figure. Go ahead, Jesse.
Another super chat. True Star Screamer. $2 super chat. Tell your friends, tell your toy groups, and LFG.
Yeah.
Dave, you're awesome.
Thank you. And I know we're about the end here, but if anybody else gets the urge to send any more super chats tonight, or I can't speak for all the other shows, but just go add some extra dollars onto the Kickstarter instead.
There you go. That works.
Well, that is one thing that we want to continue to stress is that, there comes a point where some folks look at their budget and it can feel like, depending on what you're able to swing, that you're not able to make a big enough dent. And that's a very, very bad trap to fall into. Any pledge is valuable at any level, so long as it's for a basic item, you are contributing, you're jumping in there and doing your part. Of course, the big pledges make the needle move quick, but any pledges at all is what makes the needle move, period. And again, the minute we hit that threshold, that's when these things are reality. That's when tooling and production finally meets the minimum that's realistic, and everything after that is gravy.
I have faith in the purple community that this thing will fund tomorrow. I have faith that this figure dropping tomorrow is going to listen. Now we got Jordan here in the chat. I know Van, Jordan, myself, we've talked about purple in a bunch of different Kickstarters. If we can't make this thing fun based on this figure dropping tomorrow, then we got no reason to talk ever again. So,
well, there is a little bit of truth. Well, there's more than truth to that, but the basic fact of the matter is if every current existing backer went in and added something like a captain, or i.e. Brian Jaw, you'd already be over that thing.
There you go. It's all it takes. We need the purple fans to buy this figure tomorrow. So I can tell you for sure I'm going to be jumping in tomorrow morning to add it. So Jesse, any other thoughts or questions for Quaid?
Any interrogation, put me on the spot questions? Seriously,
Yeah.
do it. Wait, now
I just hope. I want to. I'm going to take a moment. We'll step back from this a little bit, just because it's something we talk about here. You know, and I mean, you were just talking about being sick, but like the mental health and I know you're a younger guy. You've got more, pep in your step than some of us fellas. But like, you still
maybe
make sure you take care of yourself. I know. I mean, that you're putting your heart and soul into this thing, and that's amazing. But make sure you take care of yourself. Take care of your wife. Do what you guys got to do. When it's over, take a couple days if you can. I know you want to keep people updated and thanks and all that, but make sure you take care of yourself, because if you burn out, it was for nothing. I mean, in the long run.
To be perfectly honest, this project has been, it's well more than a Kickstarter. These are something that we have the honor of bringing to the toy community. My being able to shepherd that from start to finish and also show people what that process is something very unique, to this project. But it's well more than, we thought there was a big fat lack of pirate figures. We want to fill that void. We have aspirations not only of doing this for years at a time, but this is the career that my wife and I have put almost everything we have into, and our first year of marriage into as well. There's a lot of things that we could have done that would have been just as valuable, but we wanted to get to work on the infrastructure of our next stage of life. And this is the testament to that. And so there's a reason that I look at people straight in the eye when they've pledged and tell them how thankful I am for them, because that is what they're supporting. It really is well more than a toy line. That pledge is an angel investor into two people who have quite literally blood, sweat, and tears for the last year, made this as visible as possible and as accessible as possible, as affordable as possible, and as valuable as possible.
Very cool. Very cool. Any other things that you want to leave folks with, or anything else that you want to hype up before we put you backstage?
Yar.
Okay. Very, very true.
The colors.
Very true. So go out there, folks. We got 7 days left. Don't wait to the last minute. Go in there tomorrow morning, fund this thing, buy that purple figure. It looks amazing. Let's get it over the threshold. Then we'll go from there. And then, if we fund tomorrow, then that means by the time Saturday comes up and he's on Purple Gang Gang, it doesn't matter what they torture Quaid with, because he's already funded, and he'll be like, it's all good. Whatever.
You guys will just be too busy tickling the skeleton. I mean Gravemore. Mm-hmm.
Alan said he backed. Absolutely. Great job, sir.
Nice.
Well, thank you for being on, Quaid. I appreciate you. We're going to put you backstage. If you've got to run, we know you're not feeling well, no problem. If not, hang out, and we'll be with you as soon as we close out the show. So,
perfect.
All right. Thanks, man. See ya.
Thank you,
Jesse.
Congratulations. You're so close. I believe, like you said, if everybody tomorrow backs one of those Tidemore that or Brian Jaw,
we'll get there.
He said so.
198 in the books, Jesse. 198
in the books. I know you've got another show to get to in a minute, but there's a couple.
Oh, I got plenty of time. I'm in no rush. Quick. I never rush us.
I think I put a slide in here for it. And our friends over at was it to the Nerdy Forge?
Mm-hmm.
They're working on a project, a GoFundMe. It's pretty modest thing for £400, which I know is a little bit more, or euros or whatever it is. help
That's
bring
one
2
football
independent
player. Yeah.
short films to life. Every dollar helps. I know, and the nice thing with GoFundMe is it's a little different than Kickstarter. So that's a pretty modest pledge to help get two really talented creators helping on some projects. So go check that out, folks. I'm going to bring that banner up now down at the bottom here. I also put the link in my stories on Instagram. If anybody wants to go check that out, but go check it out. There's some description about what they're doing there and everything, and some pictures and different things. So we can go help some more people do some more creative stuff that are part of our community. Go check that out. And speaking of movies, I think I finally started watching a show you were talking about early this year or late last year on Netflix, The Kingdom. I think it's just Kingdom.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I was really confused because I thought you said it was Japanese or Chinese, but it's Korean.
It is, if I remember right, it is done in. It is Korean story done in Japan or vice versa.
Okay.
It's
Well,
like
yeah.
it's like it's done in one, but it's actually based on a different. Yeah.
The setting is of the show is in Korea and
right, but it's done in Japanese. But it's that I really love those movies. They're really good. So
they're speaking Korean. I hear a lot of words I've been learning.
Oh, are they? Okay.
I don't understand all of it, but it might be like a Japanese.
Maybe it was like that they cast Japanese actor. I can't remember. It was definitely something, but
I'm like 2 or 3 episodes in. It's really cool.
I love it.
Yeah. So thank you for recommending that.
Yeah. Are you which movie are you in? You're in the first one?
I'm on the show.
Oh, the show. I don't know that I saw the show. Did I see the show?
This is the one where it's like the king's like a zombie.
Oh no, I didn't watch that at all.
Oh, then it's a totally different thing than this.
Yeah, I watched the movies. And those, yeah, I watched the movies.
And that's not a spoiler. That's like literally the opening, like.
Yeah, I think I started watching that accidentally, but the movies is what I was really into.
Okay. Well, then I watched the show Kingdom. It's based off of like a something. I don't know if it's an anime or a book or something called Kingdom of the Gods. So.
Yeah, I did hear about that, but I have not seen that. I'll have to take a look.
It's interesting so far.
The movies, the movie series is awesome. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. And I believe it's one or the other. I think it's like either a Japanese story that's done in Korean or vice versa. I don't know. But anyway, it's really awesome. But
cool. Well, I will check that one out.
It's kind of confusing though, because both of them are on Netflix and they're both called the same thing. So
yeah.
But yeah. So 200, a couple weeks away. I don't know about you, but I think that we should try to get some of these frequent guests on here as like guests on the show, which actually I don't know why I did that. I've got it on the thing. One more. There we go. So yeah, I think we should probably hit up some of these people that the most reoccurring guests and see if we can get them on with us. I think that would just be kind of fun to bring it in. But in addition, once again, if you have videos, send them in to us. We will play them. I do know we have an awesome donation from Mark Crom 316. He is donating one of his arches as a giveaway. We also will have some figures and stuff for giveaways. If anybody else wants to donate anything, absolutely let us know. Feel free. But we will. It'll be a fun show with special guests and videos and giveaways and everything else. It should be a ton of fun. So tune in for 200. But next week we have a show, Jesse, I believe, right?
We do have a show. I'm going to say this. I know we had talked about this, Curtis. If you don't have one, that's totally fine. I'm going to have a custom based on a Mephitor as a giveaway for episode 200. But yeah, next week, and we'll have some other things. We've got Chris Chaotic, probably the most muscular buff title slide I have ever done for this show.
The hardest guest to book in the entire community. We think we have him for next week. We're pretty sure we have him for $199, but you just never know, folks. You never know what's going to happen. I will say, for those of you that enjoy Chris's PGG appearances, this will not be that. We are going to have a serious discussion about dinosaurs. Jesse is going to geek the fuck out. It's going to be awesome. So yeah, it's, like here's Jordan saying dinosaurs aren't real, don't watch. Jesse believes in dinosaurs, and more importantly, I think dinosaurs believe in Jesse, and that's really important. But yeah, we're gonna have a good discussion about dinosaurs next week, and it'll be a lot of fun. So
I see Quaid taking notes backstage. I think he's getting ready for wave 3 is going to be pirate dinosaurs.
Ooh, nice. Pirate dinosaurs are cool.
Oh no, he's saying he's giving me the Jonah Hill.
Yeah, we're not allowed to talk about pirate dinosaurs yet. So
Freaks Figures. I didn't want to announce this until he is going to produce a donation as well.
Nice.
The shelf exclusive. So stay tuned for that. Once we know what that is, we will share it. Hopefully we'll share some of the prizes we're going to be giving away beforehand, but some of it will be, you got to watch. And folks, you got to be a subscriber. We're going to put that addendum out. You got to be a subscriber. You don't have to be a paid member. You have to be a subscriber to the channel to win.
And also remember, if you do send in a video less than 2 minutes, make sure that it's not something that's going to be banned by YouTube. So no, like using, music that is trademark, copyrighted or whatever. No nudity, no, this and that. If you're going to use AI, don't send it to Jesse, send it to me and I will play the fuck out of it. Yeah. So this week, what do you got going on, Jesse?
Well, this week is June. Tomorrow's June 1st, right? So
it is.
I got whatever this is picking back up tomorrow. And people keep asking me, I don't know what I'm going to talk about when I do those. I just sit down. Sometimes I might have an idea while I'm making breakfast, but I don't know. I just spout whatever comes off the top of my head. Doing that this week, I will be getting to see He-Man at an advanced screening on Wednesday night with my buddy.
Oh, wow. Nice.
So going to go see that Wednesday night. I think I might be going. I feel like something's going on next weekend, but I can't remember what it is. Oh, I'm working on projects because in 2 weeks, so the weekend of the 200th episode, I'll be down at Maryland Toy Expo with my buddies PB and N for the PB and J table right next to the Horseman table at the Maryland Toy Expo with a bunch of customs and different things. So I'll be working on projects.
I was trying to talk Jay into coming down to hang out with you guys for Maryland Toy Expo today. So this is your moment. Yeah, cool. This is your moment this is your moment to let Jay know whether he should go to the Maryland Toy Expo. Go ahead.
Come with us, Jay. Come to the Maryland Toy Expo. Not just Jay, but everybody. But come hang out with us, Jay. It'll be fun. I know it's going to be a long drive for you. That's a bit of a trick for it. But if you can catch a ride with somebody, I think you would have a great time.
There you go. Anything else on the channel coming up this week that people should know about?
Nothing I'm going to promise because I'm not making that happen at the moment. Okay. So
I will say that we've been doing a lot of live painting lately. I've been on Mod Squad with the ladies. I've been doing the customizing studio on Sundays. We've been filling in the last couple weeks. Jeremy was off, so we were doing live painting on Wednesdays. We're going to keep doing live painting definitely on the weekends, maybe a few during the week every now and then. Anytime that anybody wants to join us, feel free to jump in. We had Chris Ferrone jumped in for the first time today. We've had Carlo with us, Kyle Robinson, Hayes, Jay, Alan, of course.
Was on Wednesday night.
What's that?
Eric Miller was hanging out with us Wednesday night.
Eric Miller and now the painter extraordinaire, Mike Kaspar, in the painting community is doing painting, and he's been hanging out with us. So if you're experienced painting, you're new to painting, whatever, if you want to come hang out and paint with us, just let us know. We'll send you the link. We're just trying to encourage people to do that. So there's that. This week I will not be on any lives until Friday because I am traveling all week. Tomorrow I've got a 9.5-hour drive to Garden City, which means since I'm traveling this week, I'll be filming a travel toy episode. So you can expect that later this week, but no live streams for me. You get a 4-day break of no Curtis. So enjoy it or don't enjoy it, whatever. But I'll be back Friday for mail call and we'll go from there. So
yeah. Freaks, we'll get you on here at some point in the future for sure.
Very cool. All right. I think that's about it. So tune in next week for Chris Chaotic and Dinosaur Talk, and in 2 weeks for episode 200. It's crazy.
There is a small chance we might have to pivot next week if Chris can't make it, but I believe we're waiting to get final confirmation.
Here's what I will say. Let me get back to that slide. If Chris shows up next week, then that is him making his argument that dinosaurs are real. If Chris doesn't show up, that is flat out him admitting that dinosaurs are not real. So that's what I'm going to say.
To be fair, I took that picture from a picture where he was standing behind with somebody and like his arm was cropped off. So I only saw like the fist, the beginning of his wrist, and then like down at the bicep. So I went online, found a different arm that looked to be roughly his proportions and merged it in. And
as long as you don't include his legs on it, I think he's good because he's got
that's why the tattoo is just like kind of a weird shadow because I couldn't see the tattoos clearly. So I'm not trying to disrespect the tattoos.
It's leg day.
I just didn't know what they looked like. So
every single time at the gym, he's like, what's leg day? I don't know what that is. So
Alan, I will fight you.
Jesse does not use AI for these images. I didn't draw it
freehand, but I did not use AI. I mean, if there's AI built into, like the processing of the app or the program I used to do it, sure, but like I did not generative AI that. That's just me tracing.
I do have one other thing I can show real quick. Speaking of your AI usage or non-usage, let me pull this up over here.
What's this Tropicana? This is the second time Jordan's thrown that up there.
I'll tell you. So I have a new. Oops, let me take this down. I have a new pen coming. Yeah. So Sandra, who does the pens for a lot of us, she is currently working on a new Art by Ackerman pen. I had a logo that was done by Wraith over Toy Hammer After Dark, which I will be on right after this. And then Jesse has done all of my logos because he's a good friend and an amazing artist, and I love him. And so Jesse took that artwork and did it in his style so that I could use it as my like permanent logo. And Sandra is working on this as a pen. So they just finished it and they are sending it to me. It was a different process than what they normally do with the pens because there's like some different colors within like the armor and on the face and things. So they actually had to do like they filled it with the enamel stuff, but then they also did like a print on top of it. It's pretty interesting. I did not think they'd be able to get all these colors. But she does amazing work. I made a post of this on Instagram and tagged her in it. So if you need pins done, she's amazing to work with. I know Blake just went through her for his Pac Northwest ones, as well as his individual logo that he had made in pins. So if you need pins, check out my Instagram post, and Sandra's awesome. So there you go. So thanks, Jesse.
That looks really cool.
You're awesome.
And not because I had anything to do with it. I just the quality of the look of it looks really, really nice.
Well, you did a good job, and she did a good job capturing your amazing art. So thank you.
She did a better job of capturing the art that I captured from someone else, which
I applaud Jesse in this pin re-imaging. So yeah, he did a great job.
So no, you're right, Jordan. I'm sorry. It was the first time you said it. G said Tropicana first. So it's clearly a thing. But anyway.
So the thing is, and I know you don't watch PGG, they were talking about pudding because the running joke is that Trevor's old, right? So they talk about him just like sitting around eating pudding. And so somebody had made a comment in the PGG chat about tapioca pudding, and it came up on screen, and he goes, Chris reads it, and his brain is wired a little differently, and he goes, "What's Topicana?" And it was tapioca. And so Van then says, "That's tapioca, you dumb fuck." And it was just like one of the most hilarious insults ever. And so now everybody says Tropicana, but he didn't say Tropicana. He said Topicana. So yeah.
I didn't use AI to make the art.
No, he didn't use AI. I think Wraith probably used AI, but Jesse then did his version of the artwork. He stole back from AI. He said, "Fuck you, AI. I'm making this mine."
Which I guess in a way I just stole from whoever they stole from, but you know.
So
But
anyway,
that was the commission I was given, and I only did it because it was Curtis. If it was anyone else, I would have said no.
there you go. All right, folks. Tune in next week. Until then, till next time.
So maybe twice. I would have done it for twice. Any of them.
3 times you would have done it for him.
No!